Hi everybody, it's Friday. Thank goodness for that. This one's taken some time to get here. I will apologise straight away for the acoustics in here, in the man cave. Never start a meeting with an apology, I was always taught. Oh well, didn't learn that much then. Outside it was tipping down with rain a few moments ago. Sun's out now, but it's still soaking wet out there. My wife has a Zoom meeting with her mafia lot in the conservatory, which puts us here in the man cave. If you listen carefully, you'll hear the cackling going on. Actually, in the man cave here, if you look up here, that's some plans drawn up by my father-in-law, who was a draftsman, and his hobby was to build a steam train. And he got on with it quite well. I never finished it, unfortunately, but he did quite a bit on it. And if you look at his workmanship on the bits and pieces, amazing, amazing. Anyway, that was Grandad. Now, last time we were together in a vlog, I showed a little bit of a Seasons film. People were complimentary about it, but I think if you really look at it, what carried it was the music. Beautiful, beautiful music. And there were some reasonable shots in there, but I think the music carried it. And that's one of my bugbears, of course. On YouTube you have to be very careful with copyrighted music. 3 strikes and you're out, they'll take your channel down, so you have to be a bit careful. Although some copyright you can use, some you can't, but it's complicated and difficult. Now, our very own aged pop star Sir Cliff Richard went to court a while ago and managed to get copyright extended to 70 years. So you get yourself a microphone in a group of people and you warble a bit. I know I'm simplifying it, I know. But if it's anything like sellable, you sit on your backside for 70 years and rake in the money. Now, if you follow this channel at all, you see that we like railways. And if you look at the infrastructure on a railway, beautiful, magnificent viaducts, you've got tunnels, you've got bridges, you've got stations, I think something like St Pancras. I mean, they are works of art, they're wonderful. But the people that built them, I'm not talking about the architects, but the people that built them, they can't build one and then go sit down for 70 years. They finish one, they've got to move on to another to keep the income stream coming. And yet, if you get yourself a microphone and warble, you get 70 years grace. Somehow to me that doesn't seem fair. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have copyright. I understand, yes, intellectual property rights, and you've put the effort in, so you should get a reasonable reward. But 70 years, I would have thought 10 years was quite generous, to be honest with you. Maybe 5, don't know. But after 10 years you should perhaps get off your backside and go and do another. And I think that thereafter you should always be attributed. If somebody uses your work, they shouldn't claim it as their own, they should attribute you with it. But anyway, that's a good subject there. Then for comments, am I missing something? Wouldn't be the first time, would it? Do you have a view that supports copyright, or perhaps you don't? Be very, very interested here to ask you to comment and give us your view. Let's see what our consensus is. Let's see which way this goes. And possibly it could go either way if we got a lot of budding musicians out there. Stranger things have happened. Right, now, last week we went to visit the SS Great Britain, magnificent iron ship built by Isambard Kingdom Brunel. What a magnificent thing that is. I mean, he was a fearless pioneer, wasn't he? Can you imagine in the days when all ships were built out of wood, to come along and say, I'm going to build one out of iron? I mean, they must have thought he was absolutely barking. You must be mad, iron doesn't float. And you can imagine, can't you? And not only that, but his propulsion system was unique. Everything about it, he just thought everything through. Absolutely tremendous character. And the fact that it's now being displayed in the very same dry dock it was built in, blows your mind, doesn't it, really? I mean, that sort of thing doesn't really happen, does it? That's truly magnificent. And then to look at the restoration, what they've done with it, yeah, that's got to be very, very well worth a visit, I would think. Very, very well worth a visit. If you're ever down that way, pop in, take a look. Right, now next week was supposed to be a pure railway. I've got one keyed up. But one of those days came along that was just perfect for photography. The sort that gets people like our own, very own John Sparks all excited. It was a clear blue sky, no wind at all. It was just begging to be photographed. Find yourself a little drop of water, something like Cannock Ponds, and a little bit of an autumn tinge, and you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. So I went down there and wandered around with the camera. One of those days where you could point the camera anywhere, press the button, record a little bit, and it didn't look too bad. So we're going down there to have a look, and it does have a railway context, that's the word. It does have a railway context, because when we returned down on the other side of the pond, we walked up the muddy side and down the other side, and you're actually walking on the railway line. It was the Drybrook to Lydney. Now there's railways, mineral railways, all over the Forest of Dean, but this particular one went between Drybrook and Lydney, the docks down at Lydney. So we do come back on there, and we found a little bit of railway, so you know, we're keeping the railway fans happy, hopefully with that. And then the week after that we'll have our pure railway one. So we'll go down there. Then now, you will need boots. Actually, in some places I think Wellington's would have been more appropriate. It was a little bit that way, as you will see, But yeah, a lovely walk in the autumn in the Forest of Dean, one of my favourite locations. So we'll be down there next Friday. Don't forget to bring your virtual sandwiches. Keep Level Crossing Tim happy. And we'll meet down there on Friday and we'll go for a lovely walk. So see you there. Don't be late.